Hello everybody, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of Boom, the Masters of the Universe New Eternia figure Mantenna by Mattel. So Mantenna has always been one of my favorite members of the Horde, and I always liked every single iteration of him that they've done so far. I'm kind of curious to see what they do with him, part of this New Eternia line. So first thing I want to mention is the factor that I do have a membership program. So for $2 a month, you get a lot of really cool stuff, blooper reels, behind the scenes, and much more. So go ahead and check that out. So without any further ado, roll that intro. So here he is in packaging. So you got your standard New Eternia packaging, which I do like. Got Mattel up here. Your age restriction, 30 points of articulation. All right, right above that, you got the Masterverse. Then you work your way down. You got a window here where you can see the figure. You got his name up the side. You get this really cool art. I like this art. I like him here with this like eye laser type thing. That looks really cool. You got your choking hazards here. Masterverse, New Eternia. Now this art is wraparound, which is really nice. So you get this giant horde ship behind them. I like that. That looks really wicked. And you got like this building here. I'm not exactly sure what that is meant to be honest with you, but it does look cool. All right, you come around here. Let's scooch him back just a hair. There we go. So you got a picture of the figure, some of his play features, and all his different eyes. You get headshot, a little bit about him, and everyone that is part of this lineup. Come around here. You get a headshot and a profile picture. I do like this picture. This looks really wicked, really cool. He looks very evil in this picture. I like that a lot. All right. Come back here. Lift her up. You got your legal and skew. So, with all that being said, let's open him up and see what he's about. Here he is, out of packaging. The first thing we're going to do with him is we're going to go through his points of articulation. So the head does move. All right, you got a shoulder joint here with a swivel. Got elbow joint and a wrist joint. All right, get that arm up, this one up. Do have a joint right here at the hips. All right, your legs have a joint here at the thigh, a swivel. All right, you do have a knee joint. All right, and you do have an ankle joint. The ankle joint's a little tight, but it is there. All right, now this works for all four legs, so they're all the same thing. So everything seems to move pretty well on him. So let's start looking at his finer details. Like always, we're going to start with the head. I love the design to this head. The head looks really creepy and evil and menacing. I like how they do up his mouth, and especially the eyes. So he has like this clear yellow dome around him, and he look irritated. So I like the overall look to the eyes and the ears. All right, so the overall head sculpt looks really nice. I do like it a lot. All right. So now we're going to move down his body. So I do like the armor here. On most of your Mantennas, this yellow piece is just painted on. This one, they decided to give it a clear glass, look to it for some reason. I don't know why they did it that way, but it still works. Got the Horde logo on his chest. All right. His leg designs look pretty cool. I'm not too sure if I'm too hip with the red feet. I think it would have looked cooler if it would have just been black, but for some reason it went with the red. It works. It's just a personal preference. I probably would have preferred them to be black. All right, so you can see the fins, all the detail on his legs. All right, we'll come around this way. Drop this arm here. So you can see all the detail on the arm. I like that. So you got these bumps, you got these fins. They gave him red hands too, which is kind of interesting because the original one had blue hands, but they gave this one red hands, but it still works. Around to the back here. Get the back armor. That looks pretty cool. I do like that. Around to this side. Not a whole lot of difference over there. And back to the front. So overall, I do like the overall look to this guy. I think he looks really neat. Now we're going to take a look at his accessories. So first off, he comes with this weird eye gun. All right. It has an eye on the end. Looks like the retinal stock or whatever it's called is wrapped around the handle of it. So that's pretty interesting. And then he has his extended eyes. All right. So there's one. And here's the other one. So these things swap out. So if you take the eye off of this, you can put it on here. So all the eyes swap out. Now we're going to start trying to put these things on him. So the head piece comes off, this front piece. And that allows you to switch eyes around. All right. Now this looks like it's a total bear to get these eyes out. I might have to play around with this off screen. So I got the eyes out finally. They're a real pain to pull out. So here's the eyes here. All right, these things were not fun to take out. I winded up using a pair of pliers, which I wasn't really hip to do that because I really don't want to damage the sides of this. But let's see how well these eyes swap out with everything. So if you want, you can put these eyes in the sockets here. I'm not going to push them in super tight. But they can go in here like this. All right, and you put your face on top of it. Like I said, I'm not really trying to push these in super tight right now. I'm just trying to demonstrate that they do go in there. They actually look kind of cool. I kind of like those eyes. All right. And now, dang, even that was kind of hard to pull off. Whoops, spun them around. So now these eyes here, too many eyes. They can also work with the gun. Or at least they're supposed to. There it goes. So if you want that type of eye in the gun, speaking about the gun, let's put it in his hand here. Right, this looks like this might be a bugger to put on. And let's see if it'll allow me to open up this hand at least. All right. That in there like that. Eventually, there it goes. All right. So the eye cannon does fit in there. No issues. All right. Let's have these telescope. So let's put his face back on. All right, let's take this eye. All right, ended up taking the whole gun off instead of the eye. All right. See how well these work. All right. All right, so there he is with the telescoping eyes. I do like that. Pretty much. I think that looks really cool. Once you get him actually like that, I might even leave mine like that because that just looks pretty wicked. But I do like how that looks. Okay, so let's get into my final thoughts with him. So first off, all of his joints move pretty well. I didn't have any issues moving any of his joints. Think like the elbow here was a little bit tight, but other than that, nothing major. All his accessories swap out pretty easily. I don't have any real issues with any of that. Probably the biggest problem I have with the accessories is the eyes. Trying to get the eyes out of the sockets were a real pain in the rear. I wound up having to use a tool, and I don't like using tools on stuff like this because it can scratch things up. So I wish there was like some easier way to get the eyes out of the socket. But other than that, everything else swapped out pretty well. And I do like the overall look to him. I think he's a great looking figure. I do like the look to him. So would I recommend him? Absolutely. I think he's a wicked looking figure. I like the overall look to him. You know, he's great looking. He has some pretty cool accessories. I even like how he looks with the telescoping eyes. I think that looks really, really cool. My only issues with him is, as before mentioned, trying to get the eyes out of the sockets. And I would have liked to have seen him come with his, iconic Horde crossbow. And yeah, I like this gun. I think he should keep the gun. I would have just liked to have seen the crossbow come with him too, just for nostalgia reasons, I guess. So overall, I do like this figure. So with that being said, the first thing I want to do is give a shout out to everybody who helps this channel. First on that list is Byron Bassett and his alter ego, Humongous. He does a lot of work on this channel for me, and he's a big supporter of it. Has his own YouTube channel and show that he does every Sunday. So go ahead and check out his information in the description. Next on that list is Action Figure Geeks. They are a Reddit channel that I'm part of. They also support this channel, so go ahead and check them out as well in the description. And all of you, everybody who subscribes, everybody who watches my videos, everyone who hits a like or a comment, I appreciate all of you. This channel wouldn't be what it is without all of you. So once again, I just want to say thank you and ask you to check out my Masters of the Universe playlist and my membership program. Plus, hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late.